Yes, people, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Lion in the Room, and I am your host, Leo. I'm doing really good. I'm here with my boy, K, and we got our special guest, appeared in episode 1 and episode 3. We finally got him back, and he's going to give us a little bit more insight into what he's been doing. Welcome, my boy, Oge, aka Ego.
Yes.
Don't get it mixed up. The name is what it is.
Hello, people. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Welcome back.
It feels good to be back.
Nice.
Feels good.
How you feeling about the ambiance?
The ambiance is much better than where we started, bro. It's much better, bro.
Everything comes full circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice, bro. Talk to us. How have you been?
I've been good. I mean, when I started this artist journey, I realized, obviously, everyone says it's infamous. When you start off, it's going to be difficult.
Yes, of course.
No one in the moment knows how difficult. It's been rough, but you know, we thank God I'm here. I have all my senses, I have all my limbs, and I'm still going. And
grateful.
You know, looking up. So yeah, we thank God.
Give us a quick little insight, bro. When did you start, and what was it like telling your parents, "Hey, I wanna get into film. I want to be an actor. I want to make them music."
So when I started acting, I actually started in Lambda. So I was 7 and I was doing these grades. You know how you do for like piano and stuff where you go up grades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they had the same thing for acting for Lambda, and so I was doing that at 7. Went to 10. I started singing in a choir and stuff like that, and then I went into secondary school. I started starring in plays and stuff. And I was like, oh, I actually really like this. And when it switched for me to pursue acting as a career, I was in my bed at like 14, around 14. And I watched a blooper reel of Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
And obviously beforehand, I'd only seen the actual finished product and everything. So I was like, yo, these people are insane. They're like, they're so high up, almost transcendent, right? And then I saw bloopers, and it makes them feel human. They're messing up. They're just normal people doing a job, right?
Regular guys,
regular people. So I was like, wait, hold on. I really like acting. I've been told I'm good at it, and I believe I'm good at it. So why not pursue it as a career?
Just try it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that's all you can do. You can just try it. So that's when I started, and then. For the music side, I started writing when I was 17, and I just did it as an outlet. You know, when you go through stuff, you just start writing some stuff down. And I thought that actually one of my friends was helping me while I was writing it, and because I helped him with his music, he was actually pursuing an artist career, and I started helping him with some of his lyrics. He would come to me and say like, "Oh, does this sound right? How would this be better? Blah, 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 this, that." And I had listened to Eminem almost religiously for about 10 years now. So I was very much like, I knew
up to date.
I knew how to flow.
Nice.
So, but so from that, it was just like, he wanted me to hop on a feature for one of his songs just to like give back to me. I didn't write anything for a year because I think it was my A-level year or something. And then I started writing. He then went, "Oh, nah," and like he didn't want the song anymore.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "Oh, you should just make your own." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I made that song, never put it out.
Really?
Serious? Yeah.
What did you think it was? Was it good?
At the time, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now,
Do you think it's buns now?
it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's just not great.
Or maybe it just doesn't suit your style now.
Yeah, that could be it. I think I've evolved past that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Better than calling it buns.
yeah.
I mean, buns was descriptive.
All right, cool. So it's something you grew out of. But one thing I noticed is that you said writing music was, and probably still is, a way of expressing yourself emotionally, probably at times when you feel conflicted, or times when that could also be like good motivation.
Yeah, so sometimes I see or I go through phases. I guess everyone does. 2, 3 months in my life where I'm just, I feel, I don't even know how to describe it, like almost pent up.
Okay.
And I don't know how I'm feeling, or I don't know how to feel. And then something is like a beat will play, and I'm like, oh, yo, this is really like a really nice beat. Like, let me see what I can do with this. And then the way that I write, I always start with the cadence. So if I hear a beat, I'll go, oh, da 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 da, and then I'll figure out what the words are afterwards. And so, yeah, so from that, I'm like, it's genuinely just an outpouring of however I'm feeling at the time. Or if I feel betrayed, then I'll write something. If I feel in love or lost, I'll write something like that. That's how I. Yeah.
Like a breakdown, almost like a proper breakdown.
Yeah,
of everything you want to do.
Exactly.
Jeez, man, that's really nice, bro. Okay, you ever dabbled in a little bit of music, a little bit
No, I
rapping?
I made some beats when I was younger.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I need to hear them.
I mean, I think I could probably still find it somewhere because I used to make some beats.
Yeah.
Do it.
What did you use?
There was this thing on
GarageBand.
I had an iMac. I think it was GarageBand.
It was GarageBand. Everyone started on GarageBand.
Yeah. But my beats were not like the average beats on GarageBand, because like the way I started with one beat and then slowly start to expand on the beat.
Oh, okay.
And stack it. But then I always was careful not to overload the beat. So it's like, you just need to find at least maybe 3 to 4 very good different sounds that connect with one another, and leave it like that.
Okay. So have you thought about like digging them back up? Like, you don't have.
I mean,
you're asking too many questions.
I could probably find one of my best beat at the time, probably on my old phone, if I could just find the time to charge it. Well, yeah, I could probably find it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
'cause
that sounds
I
good,
sent
man.
it to one of my friends one time, and he said it reminded him of like a beat Gunna would rap on.
You see.
Fair enough.
Who knows? Post it on YouTube. Gunna might see it and just be like, hey, yo.
Nah,
I have a little something for it.
I will find it. We'll send it to you guys. Let you know what you think.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted. Well, Oge, I got a nice little question for you. Obviously, because you are one of the artists that have chosen to dabble in film and music. You are being what? You had a word for it the last time we saw each other.
Yeah.
What did you call it?
So the last time that we hung out, I did actually explain that rappers and that are also actors, or actors that can rap, there's a name for it, and it's called raptors.
Oh,
We are raptors. So yeah,
Like dinosaurs.
kind of like
bro,
dinosaurs.
it was so hype.
But
I was so hyped when I heard that.
Raptors.
But hey, let me ask you this question: if you could direct a music video that takes place in any fictional world, so like a Hogwarts, Game of Thrones, Star Wars, whatever,
Hogwarts.
Just
one?
allow it.
That's fine. It's fine. Oh no, I meant the Hobbits. I meant the Hobbits.
What? And I was saying,
No, my bad, bro. I literally meant the Game of Thrones universe.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts is in Harry
talking
Potter.
about the Hobbits, bro.
I was talking about Hobbits.
That's what I was saying. Because I thought you were saying Hogwarts. I just said allow it, but
I haven't watched those movies. Calm down. I haven't watched those movies.
It's all right.
They're just not my style, bro. Sorry, that's just the question I have. It's more.
Okay, but what fiction?
If you can make a music video in any fictional world, which one would it be and why?
Okay, so I think we're subject to what this world can bring. So I'm not picking like Invincible, because next minute you're just gone. So I'm thinking, I don't know, like Bikini Bottom, bro. I'll do it SpongeBob, bro. I'll do it SpongeBob.
They got some wacky beats though,
bro.
To be fair, we've already heard of like some SpongeBob like raps on the internet, so
some
I can
of
see
them go hard.
they're pretty tough.
it. Yeah,
They're tough. I don't know who wrote that. Whoever wrote them, bro, you're tough.
I think it's just one guy, bro.
It is. It's one guy apparently, and he's just like he used the AI to put
to put the voices.
He puts the lyrics.
Yeah,
and all that
that's what I'm
stuff.
saying. tough.
He does it really well though, because it doesn't sound.
It doesn't sound like
You
It
don't think it's
genuinely
AI?
sounds like them. Like,
Yeah.
You think like the actual voice actors of SpongeBob,
They're like,
Patrick,
yeah,
Mr.
let's
Krabs,
get
they all
nasty.
ran in
Let's
there
get
on
nasty
some
with it.
YN type beat, bro.
Mr. Squidward.
Like, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
What about UK?
Oh, that's a good question. I think like I have two worlds. Okay. Well, the first one I'll just say, yeah, I want to be in like Attack on Titan because it's like it's dangerous in the streets, bro. So it'd be like, yeah, you know, my buddy he got eat up by that Titan last week. We had to send RIP, send that Titan to God. Something like that, you know.
Send the Titans to God.
Yeah, bro. We just put the blade to the nape of his neck. He was down.
Put a Titan in the spliff.
Exactly, bro. So like, you know, AOT. I mean, obviously it would be like drum music, but like, you know,
That's why. That's why.
but like at this point, it's like they're doing good. You know, they're killing off the Titans. They're trying to kill the humans. So yeah, that's why I go with. But you probably have like a short career. So I'm like,
Yeah, very short, bro. Jeez, bro. Imagine, oh my days, they send your ops. And my sister will definitely know this, bro. They send your ops and then they just like, they inject you with some Titan fluid.
it's just like, yeah,
You're
you're done, bro.
cooked.
Unless
Cooked,
like you're special, yeah.
And then they send you, bro. They send you to your homies.
They be like,
They send you.
shoot. It's like, oh man, he eating us now. This our boys.
No. That's a bit too wild. Me personally,
Yeah.
Justice League, bro. DC Universe type stuff, bro.
To be fair, that could
Depends.
Too many fades to
would you-
run.
would
Well,
you-
I'll work through it.
when you're doing a music video, who's are you
calling?
yeah
Flash.
You know what? Fair point.
Fairs.
Fair point. I get it.
Speed Mirage.
Any and everything.
Have him in 4 different spaces. The Speed Mirage.
Yeah, like, I get it, bro. Because like, if you insult the wrong person, bro, they're just gonna be like, yeah.
Why do you come for Bane on a diss track?
Bro, I wouldn't even advise
I
that.
can't even think of a bar that it would be. I was born in the darkness. I saw the spirit coming out of his eye. Wait,
You would probably just rap about breaking your back, bro.
That's crazy, man.
I'm
Oh
gonna say
my
pause
days.
to both of our statements, but okay.
Yeah. I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're say. But yes, people. This has been a very nice, comfortable way to start the episode, people. If you are enjoying our content as usual, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let your friends know about Lion in the Room, because we are the only podcast that's bringing you good vibes in a very bold way. But hey, let's get into the main topic, my people. All right, now, boys. Okay, I gotta rate the overalls.
Yeah, these
Talk
are
to us, bro. Explain the fit.
All right, bro. So I'm in the process of changing my style.
You're still in the process. I feel like you've changed it already.
Yeah, I have. I'm just getting more staples. You know, I'm trying to incorporate overalls. I got some Carhartt overalls. You know, and just thought I get something cool. I wanted something new, different that I've never got. I don't really see too many guys wearing overalls.
Yeah, to be fair, I need to find some overalls.
I had.
You see, stop that, please.
I think I got some black ones, but I just never wore them.
Yeah.
They were a nice concept, but after a while, bro, I just thought they were tacky. I just felt like probably not. I might just go for like a
Don't worry, I'm bringing it back though.
bro. That was like 3 years ago, man. Like now it's
bring it
looking
back.
good. It's
Yeah.
looking good. Like
Yeah, bro. Appreciate it.
you're chilling, man. You're chilling. I mean, you too, bro. Ego. I see.
I
you.
mean, you know,
you.
this is just a little
Cool little fit.
This
Cool
is a
little
cool
fit.
little, you know,
Light fit.
little,
Light fit.
little champion, you know, little jeans, you know, little Jordans. You know.
Okay,
It's just
okay.
a small thing.
Okay, little man.
Now, well, wow.
I'm sorry.
Like I was gonna say, everyone has to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
And with our first segment, we're going to be looking at the art of balancing talent and persona. You know, everyone at some point in their career, normally when following the arts, sometimes they might have to take hold of a persona, someone, or for some people, something that they can quote unquote embody
Yeah.
to properly perform or properly do what they need to do, man. So
I know
come
where
on.
this is going.
No, just discuss the realities of being both an actor and a rapper.
Yeah.
So
A
talk
raptor.
to us.
A raptor.
And at some point we'll get to explore the challenges as well.
So yeah, I especially in this day and age, right? If you're a rapper, it's very hard to be seen as anything more than in the wider world, anything more than like a thug. You know, like most rappers try and embody that kind of persona of like, oh, I'm a hard guy, you know, I'm trying to do this. And the fall off is a lot of them are not like that. You know, you've seen what happened with Kendrick and Drake. You know, the whole point was that Kendrick didn't like how Drake was trying to push this whole persona of him being this
street dude,
this street guy. Yeah, exactly. When, you know, he grew up in the suburbs, you know, he's been trying to push this kind of narrative and getting features from people that street, you know, Future, 21, you know, all these people,
even in the UK as well.
Even in the UK sometimes, you know. Yeah, I mean, I want to say Sench, but I don't know much about him. So, like, it's hard to try and be yourself from the get-go instead of trying to, you know, feed into the persona, see that it's working, and then like double down almost until finally you have no chips to play. You get me? But then when becoming an actor, it's kind of the opposite. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. Absolutely doesn't. Do you know Jason Statham was an Olympic level diver?
Really?
Yeah.
He was?
He was an Olympic level diver.
The guy in the action
action movies. Yeah. Olympic level diver. It doesn't matter who you were.
You know, like raspy voice, bro, like, don't mess with me, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Olympic level diver.
No, it wasn't.
In my ears, it was.
No, that was not Jason Tatum, bro.
Wait.
Like,
he was
that guy that says Fanta Light, bro? That sounded like a Castillo, bro. Oh no. But carry on, yeah. Jason Statham.
So he was a diver at the Olympic level.
Olympic level, bro. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from.
Why the switch? How did that happen?
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask Jason.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, like, some people, that's the thing though. Everyone has their own life. Everyone has their own part in society that they play. And someone like Jason Statham, it is very surprising because we already know him mainly for his characters, the characters that he plays, which is normally these like hardcore, rock solid guys. And you now find out that like he's probably been doing like some swan mixed with a little butterfly dive, you know. And but it doesn't mean anything negative. Exactly. But it just kind of shows like how skilled and talented it is, bro. Like
it also shows, sorry to cut you off, but it also shows that it's like what the point I was trying to make is that it doesn't matter who you are, because if you can come up on set, if you can come up on stage and portray this character to a high level,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But as a rapper, people are a lot more focused on your background. Imagine me, bro. Like, you know, I got 2 parents. I live in a house with all my little siblings. You know, and I come out and start rapping about, chef them up, wrap them up. Don't know, man, bro.
Wrap them up.
No, bro, that's
I'm
crazy.
talking about sushi. That's it.
That's crazy. But a lot of people come up with this hard guy persona, this bad man persona, bro. That's actually true. But you realize different media, different parts of media, the fans are expecting different. Exactly. Imagine if you were so focused on whether John Boyega actually grew up in the hood or if he is actually living a posh lifestyle. Like, nobody cares, bro. But if he was rapping and then talking about, you know, I guess like the hardships and, you know, running some man down and things like that, you want to be like, is this true? No, for real though. You want to be like, is this true?
It's just funny. It is true.
I hope I'm saying it well though.
No, you are.
I think the most important thing we could all get from this is, at least to the viewers, that look, if there's really something you want to try and do, just try it. Like,
as yourself.
Yeah, try it as yourself. Like, probably for most of you, you won't get as good of a reaction as you'd imagine in your head. That does not mean it should discourage you. You should still try your best. Maybe to like 1-2 of you might get a crazy reaction. You might blow up. Your life may change forever. But I'd never say go into it thinking that's what's gonna happen. Go into it with the mindset that I'm just doing this for me. This is what I would like to do.
Exactly.
And then if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At least you try.
Exactly. So would you say that it's important to build a distinctive persona when going into either of these fields?
Definitely not with acting, because your persona doesn't matter.
Because you're meant to embody a different
persona regardless. But with rapping, it's important to embody your truest persona. So like, for example, for me, you know, I'm ego. as a rapper, you know. So that means that everything about me, everything that I say is probably the like my deepest thoughts. You know, if I say, oh, I'm the best rapper alive, if I say that, realistically, I feel like that's more of a staple, you know, statement. Like every rapper has to say it at one point. But like, let's say, oh, I'm the best rapper in the room, or I'm the best, I'm the best styled in the country, something like that. I genuinely believe it. You know, I actually believe it. Like I'm one of the best out here. But as Oge in my daily life, obviously, I then have to, you know, think about other people. You know, be nice, you know, which whilst being some way kind of like antonyms, being nice and then being your truest self, but they're actually not. Like I'm my truest self, and as ego, I can also be nice, but like more often than not, that doesn't open doors for me. If I rap about something that I actually believe in, and I actually say, you know what, I'm the best here, I can write lyrics that flow like this and this and this, and I've shown you this, and you're still trying to say that I'm not good, okay, calm. Then I'm gonna take your statement and flip it on your own head. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So like, I'm trying to push this idea or this truth of me being the best, because it's what what's the word? What's
self-fulfilling?
Self-fulfilling prophecy. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the what it ends up being. You know, I'm saying it so much until you finally catch along and realize that I've been telling the truth this whole time.
Actually, it's called self-actualization. Sorry, just wanted to put that out there.
No, fair enough. Cool.
Yes, it is.
Could you explain? Could you actually like break it down a little bit?
What? Oh,
self-actualization.
It just comes from Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and it's at the top of the point. Is the basically
self-actualization?
Yeah, the highest point of the pyramid.
That just brought me back to business.
Exactly. So it's like,
calm down.
So basically, at the bottom, you just have like your basic physiological needs, and then at the top is basically where you accomplish your dreams and everything. And self-actualization, you achieve your fullest potential, and that's the end of your story.
How? Because I'd like to ask just like a simple question. Like, for you as a person, Kay, what do you need to do to help achieve your dreams, help achieve your fullest dreams?
Laden out of money, the green,
valid,
the bread,
valid,
which is not a bad thing. A bad thing. A lot of times people feel like, you know, wanting to have a lot of money isn't good. I'd like to say the love of money isn't good.
Yeah.
You know, with where that leads you to, if you continue to blind yourself with such. But as a person, you know, you still need a little paper in your pocket, bro.
Exactly.
You know, that's what the world runs on, unfortunately. Exactly. And hey man, we'll live accordingly, but we will live a good life still.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Let's talk about your fans. Because obviously you've been able to put ego out to all the people that watch and all the people that listen to your work. Really quickly, push out your social media. Let the people know who you is.
So if you wanna, Oge the actor on Instagram, Oge_the_actor, and then Oge Ujam for the basically like my publishing page. You know, anything important, films, new EP, new album, it'll be out there. And Oge Ujam is on TikTok.
Nice one.
What about your Tinder profile?
The Tinder profile doesn't exist.
Leave him alone, bro. He's not trying to put himself out there like that, man.
Women.
Unless they're fans. Unless they're fans.
But ladies, if you wish to get in contact with him, please follow him on all these socials. Guys as well, if you wish to get in contact with him, please follow him on all these socials.
Let's talk about your fans, bro. I'd like to know how you connect with them. What are like the strategies? Like, how do you find yourself connecting with your fans? Do you use like storytelling? What's your technique?
I try to. I think because my main thing is to push the music and the acting. I end up trying to or forgetting to really get in touch with them, and so the way that I combat that is I just go on live.
Okay,
you know, I go on live and I tell people
to just interact with them, feel like you're down.
Let them,
you're down to
exactly. Let them know who I actually am, and then sometimes, you know, especially with the TikTok, I just post things that happen to me. You know, just relatable things. Like, for example, I think there was one that I posted today, which will be, I guess, a few days back for anyone that's watching.
Okay.
That I posted that said, like my average watch time is 0.02 seconds on my TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
It will be. When you're starting off, that's how it will be, you know, because people, it's not malicious. I understand that as viewers, but do you know how many times, let's say out of 80,000 people that watch it, you know, 4,000 people are actually going to watch the whole video.
So you're saying like guys like Kola just be
swiping. I saw him do it earlier.
Posting,
He did
is
it
what he called
earlier.
it.
damn.
Sorry, bro. I just like to
Doom
swipe.
scrolling.
Doom scrolling.
You said doom posting.
Look, man.
Doom posting is what I should be doing, really.
Doom posting is just constant.
You know,
Yeah.
I guess a lot of times that tends to happen. Sometimes for me personally, I could be looking through a post and particular things get me to scroll past it. Sometimes when I see like a post that doesn't have as many likes or comments, I might scroll
I tend
past.
to ignore
I'm
those
starting to think it's not funny or engaging or thinking like that, but it has to actually start from there.
Yeah.
Like we have to start from there as well, man. So damn, a crazy loop.
It happens, and I'm not ashamed of it. I don't think, because I feel like, especially in this day and age where everybody has a TikTok account, everybody wants to really become, you know, that social media influencer that they've seen on their own accounts, and they try and start posting, and they don't get the engagement that they wanted, exactly. And so rather than, you know, posting about, oh, you know, I did this and I went to the Shard and I went to this and I feel like more people are going to relate to the average watch time is 0.02 seconds. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they know that struggle. They know what it feels like
to not actually really have that big of a span of attention.
Exactly. That's also the fact. Yeah.
0.02 shy is the beat weekend.
Yeah, that's
Sorry. I've been saying 0.02.
Like you didn't even
Sorry.
You didn't even watch the video.
I've been saying 0.02 seconds, but I meant 0. It's been 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds.
Okay, 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Cool,
0.02 minutes. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Fair enough, bro. Because 0.02 like,
seconds.
You know, gross stuff.
You didn't even watch the video.
Didn't even 2 seconds. They didn't watch the video either. Like the videos are 10-25 seconds at the very least.
Jeez. But what's your journey been like so far? How would you describe it? Like, I'm not asking you to tell us it's bad or tell us like how great it is. But I actually am. Tell us.
No. It's a struggle, but a good kind of struggle. Where when you're in it, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how to do this, and I don't know if I can do this. And realistically, that's just your fears being like, oh, you know, it's someone that starts a YouTube video thing, a YouTube channel, and they post their first video with their friends and stuff, and they want it to be try and get the same amount of attention that sidemen do. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's that high expectation of, oh, it's not going to be as good as this, so I'm never going to do it.
That's what keeps people from actually starting.
Exactly. Whereas you don't realize that even on the sidemen channel, go to their first video. Their first video was them in a room like this, or just talking to a camera.
Really?
Yeah.
That was their first video.
Yeah, well, yeah, as the Sidemen channel, and they had already been YouTubers for about 4 years beforehand.
Oh, okay.
And then all of their first videos, those like specific first videos, are just them speaking over what their game they're playing or something like that. And it's if you're afraid to start, you're never gonna get there. You get me? So you have to be able to start something.
I think the problem is a lot of people forget the quality of stuff you're comparing your work to is backed by a lot of experience, a lot of equipment, a lot of resources. They have a team of people who's all behind. They have a cameraman, audio man, video man. So it's like you, one person versus an entire group of people like, who are experienced.
You're never gonna win that.
You're just not gonna win.
So yeah, in my journey, I've been experimenting here and there with, what is my favorite editing software. Turns out I prefer portability. So I'm a CapCut veteran. You know, I just use CapCut for everything basically.
Nice.
And then when it comes to like mixing, music wise, I've never really had the money to just splurge and buy what's it called? Fruity Loops or something. No, not Fruit Loops, like the editing software.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just using Audacity, which if anyone watching knows, it's not great, but it does the job.
Yeah.
It does the job to an extent where you get to hear me rap over something. And if I need to, make music, okay, cool. Then I'll go get an engineer. I'll go get a studio, that kind of stuff.
You should come here and make some music, man.
Brody, I'm ready.
You should come here and make some music.
I'm ready. I've got lyrics for days. You've seen my notes.
Of course.
I've got lyrics for days.
Anyway, you
EP
got time,
dropping
bro.
soon. EP dropping soon.
EP is not dropping soon. But
Egotistic Transparency, Volume 1.
Yeah,
I'm stealing that. That's cold.
that's a five.
That's a fire EP name.
Five-track
Transparent. That is cold.
Hey, we'll take him.
I'm taking it now.
You saw it here first, guys.
Just saw the first
Five-track
embers of a flame just start right now. That's crazy.
I don't like when niggas steal from me, though.
EP.
Fine, I'll
you at least
credit.
put
I'll
a
credit. I'll credit. I'll credit.
Just put at least mention in the song something.
What I'll do, I'll put the EP as one of our pictures together. That's what it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so you
fine.
can- Yeah.
That's
Hey, cool, man. There we go.
okay, Mr. Raptor.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you a few questions now moving forward. But firstly, I just want to get, where'd you get this from? I like it.
What's
Don't
that?
worry,
Drip.
don't worry about it. Don't
Yeah,
worry
just
about it.
kind
Don't worry
of
about it.
drippy,
Don't
bro.
worry
Kind
about
of
it.
looking,
Don't worry about
just a
it.
little,
Don't worry about it.
just a little cool
Yeah,
drip.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you after because they ain't promote me. I ain't
Okay.
Bro, we don't
No
do
exposure.
no free
No
promotions,
exposure.
no free promotions.
Speaking of exposure, I think now in this segment, man, we're going to be talking about leveraging social media. Well, Kay's going to be talking about this a little bit, getting to ask you a few questions. Leveraging social media for exposure. A lot of times when you become an influencer, a performer, any kind of artist, you do need to find what platform works best for you.
Yeah.
So we'd go into platforms of choice. I'm always having this English, bro. Jeez. always having some little mistakes, bro.
But since we're on the topic, anyways, actually, because obviously with each platform, it's the interactions I'd say are a bit different.
Yeah.
The culture in the essence really is a bit different. For example, Twitter and Instagram are very different.
Very.
So I actually just want to ask you a few things, but the first thing I'll start off with is the content you post. Is it platform specific? So do you tailor your content to each social media platform?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm still in the testings phase for YouTube Shorts, but it seems like YouTube Shorts favor a lot more of my music than any of my skits or little posts here and there. And so, but I'm still testing it out. Some have gone all right, some have not. So, I'll figure it out and I'll hone it. But definitely like for TikTok is short form, TikTok is fast paced. So I definitely, with the amount of posts that I do on TikTok, it's more like, this is funny, videoed it, post it. Whereas Instagram, Oge the actor, has more polished stuff. Things that have taken more time, things that have required more editing, and obviously
like long form content.
It's I wouldn't call it long form content because I feel like this is more long form content, where it's over 30 minutes and above. I feel like that's long form. But short form when you're talking about TikTok, it's more like 10, 15 seconds. And then longer form, where I talk about like monologues and stuff that I've done, scenes or posting like little skits that I've done. That's more Instagram.
Yeah.
That's where it will thrive on Instagram.
Okay.
And
How long? Sorry. How long are your monologues normally?
monologues, I try and aim for around a minute. I think Instagram like to push stuff that look like it will take and is engaging for that minute. If it's engaging and or it's talent based and you're doing it for a minute and a half, that's around about the sweet spot. Whereas YouTube Shorts, I think they prefer shorter form because they like to go around that edge of TikTok wise, where YouTube Shorts they have that thing on the phone now where you can just swipe as if you're on
I've
TikTok.
also noticed something real quick with YouTube Shorts where they tend to prefer videos that are almost on a loop. Like themselves, where the ending is leading into the beginning.
Yeah,
again in that type of way. But
They
then,
do.
What about TikTok?
TikTok, they do like those videos because basically, if you look at it on a business side of things, they want consumers to stay on the app. So if you've got something that's a loop and it makes sense, you know, you can actually trick the audience into watching that video twice.
Yeah.
Which is now, you've now doubled that viewer time, you've doubled that duration.
As long as it's interesting.
As long as it, well, I mean, it's interesting to the consumer because they've watched it twice now because of the loop. You get me? So if that works, they love to push it, because for them it's like, okay, you know, this is keeping our customers on this app for a lot longer. All right, we're going to push it even more. And that's how Instagram works as well. But Instagram favors, I believe, more pictures than anything else. So with Oge the actor, when I'm posting my monologues and stuff, I don't really care whether or not it's in a loop. I don't care about that kind of stuff because that's not really my niche. So, but definitely I do try and change up what I post on each thing.
Yeah.
Though you will see on TikTok, like if you want my full, like everything about my life and everything that I do, you'll see it all on TikTok. If you want just the best stuff, you'll see it on Instagram. And if you want more music centric stuff, you'll see it on YouTube, that kind of thing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just basically, so at least for the viewers to get an idea, where they want, if they want to get to know you a bit more personally, they should go to TikTok. But if they just want to tune into the music, go to YouTube.
And if you want like a mix of both,
Instagram. Because I remember you used to do, like, when you say monologues, I'm sure where you do like a scene or something. Yeah, I remember you doing all those different
I did one for a year. So I did it for a year and I posted every week on a Friday, non-stop. You can check it on Instagram, 52 posts straight.
I think you did one for Snowfall. You did one for Django. Did you do one for Django?
I didn't do one for Django. I would love to do one from Django.
I like the Will Smith ones you did.
You did
I've done a few Will Smith.
Did you ever do a Dark Knight one, a Batman one?
No, I don't think so, because there was one that I did. I wanted to do one from the Joker.
Yeah.
From the Dark Knight, but as the Joker. And it was just so hard to figure out the angles and try and film it. It just wasn't going to be worth it. But I did do one from Black Panther.
Yeah.
I've done two from Black Panther, actually, from the same film. One as Killmonger, one as T'Challa. I've done...
Hey, Auntie.
Yeah. I've done a couple from Shakespeare. I've done some from... I've done one that was, I think, genuinely my hardest one to do.
Yeah.
From Hangover.
Okay.
And that one, I don't know why it was so hard. I think it's because when you're watching it, you're like, it's come so natural to Zach Galifianakis, shout out. But it's when trying to do it yourself, it's suited, that role suited him so well. Because if you see the way I did it, whilst, you know, you can see that I'm paying homage, but like, they're different levels, bro. They're different levels.
But I think it's same to be said for just like doing something, just experience versus, you know.
Exactly. So yeah. I just wanted to try it.
There's always going to be different levels. But okay, that's fine. But since we're on the topic of just like, you know, how you do your things differently on each app, so like, how would you build communities towards different applications? Because I know with TikTok, you can go on those really interactive lives where you can be like, you know, meow, 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 meow.
I don't do that, but I know what you're talking about. I don't do that.
But like,
thank you for the heart. I love you.
I love you. Yeah.
NLE. That's NLE. That's not me. That's NLE Chopper. I don't know.
Oh, damn, he does that?
Yeah, he did. There was a video that I watched like a couple days ago where he was on live and he was going, thank you for the heart. I love you. And I was like, bro, what? When did this happen?
But anyways, yeah. So like, you know, obviously in TikTok you have that. Instagram you have lives, and then, you know, just I guess maybe reposting someone listening to your stuff or something like that. But then YouTube as well. So how would you build the communities for the different?
I feel like just as I said earlier, where if you want, you know, you to know me in my whole, like in my entirety, you're gonna have to go to TikTok. I feel that's gonna be where my community is gonna be based, because trying to build a community on Instagram, whilst there's a route to doing it, I feel like it will be easier to do it on TikTok and more authentic on TikTok. Like, I believe that I could joke more freely on TikTok and my viewers who have seen my content would be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get this joke, or I get that he's talking about. I understand that reference exactly. Whereas if I go on live on Instagram, whilst I actually have more followers on Instagram than I do on TikTok, but if I go on live,
that needs to change
ASAP.
Well, guys, you know what to do.
Yeah, you do. But yeah, so if I go on live on Instagram, whilst more people will get notified because obviously I have more followers, I believe that I actually will get less people on my live on Instagram than I would on TikTok.
Okay.
Which is weird, but that's where the community starts, isn't it? I feel I use Instagram more of like as a like LinkedIn almost for creators. You know, if I would say to somebody who's doing music, or I've met doing music, and I'll say, oh, like let's get your Instagram, let's see what you're doing, and it's like a verifiable thing, like, okay, so he's made this song, she's made this, she's made that, and then we work together, you know. But yeah, you were saying about building community. For me, it's gonna be TikTok.
So basically, you're just gonna, you know,
just focus on TikTok,
because that's where
I'm being authentic. Yeah,
just
exactly.
You know, if you have a random thought today, hey guys, today I did this.
Yeah,
today I did that.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah, genuinely.
So you put your music and your monologues, your film monologues, other clips. You put all of them on like different streams and things like that. TikTok, Instagram,
everything goes on TikTok.
And then on Instagram,
and then from there, it kind of has less and less and less. Yeah.
Oh, less and less.
Yeah.
Well,
so
everything else is on TikTok.
Everything is on TikTok.
So the whole creative process,
everything's on TikTok.
The BTS guys,
even sometimes even BTS. But yeah, so that's all on TikTok. And then for more polished stuff like monologues, open verses, and more polished skits, that will be on Instagram.
Okay.
And then for just pure polishment and polishment, is that a word?
No, it's not a word.
Pure polished stuff, like, you know, published things, you know, whether it's a shoot or a brand or you know, my headshots or whatever, you know, things that are big, those things will go on my Oge Ujam Instagram.
Okay.
And then YouTube is just music.
Nice. I got two quick questions for you. So first off, your content. Who is it speaking to? Like, who is your target audience? And tell us, you use SoundCloud, anything like that? And if you don't, why?
Okay, so my content, I think, and I say I think because you can never really know until you posted it and see the responses. But I think that my content would speak to the people who are perceived as one way, but can diversify, if that makes sense. Like, you know, you look at me, 6'6", big guy, dreads, you know, why am I not playing NBA?
You should probably think you should be shooting hoops.
I should be shooting hoops. But, you know, my love is in the arts, you know, so I feel like that kind of cognitive dissonance. Have I used that right?
Yeah, cognitive dissonance. That part is disconnect between perception versus reality.
Okay. So that cognitive, I was right. Look at that. So that cognitive dissonance, I feel, comes across a lot in what I do, and I'm not afraid to show that anymore. Like I used to be. I used to be like, okay, I can't really, like, I'm with these people, I need to be this way, or I'm with these people, I need to be another way. Whereas now on my TikTok, on my Instagram, I'm kind of just me. You know, if I make a joke about anime, I love anime, I'm gonna make a joke about it. You know, if I make a geeky joke, you know, I like tech, I'm gonna make a joke about it. You know, that kind of thing. I like cartoons, I'm gonna make a joke about it. I'm a regular show veteran. I love regular show. Like, and I'm so. Did you know they're bringing out Phineas and Ferb again?
Man, they're not gonna do it justice.
They are no. Well, we'll see. I have high hopes because I'm pretty sure it's the same writers. But bro,
they might make some next level story that we think is gonna be good. Remember that spin-off, that guy that has some particular lock, like things happen to other people, but nothing happens to him. He had some quirky haircut like Phineas. You don't remember?
I remember him. I know exactly.
He wore like some purple vest and like, you know, he had like a
Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law.
It wasn't that. Well, to those that probably like it, which I don't think there are any people.
Yeah.
It was there, but like all I'm saying is like I don't think they're gonna make another good thing like that, bro. Phineas and Ferb is iconic. Bro, you can still put Phineas and Ferb for your kids to watch, and they will love it too.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, but anyway,
Any
we sidetracked.
cartoon way back.
We sidetracked so much, but but the point that I was making is that I'm completely fine in shouting out, yeah, I loved Phineas and Ferb, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I have no shame in saying that if you put on Phineas and Ferb right now as a 23-year-old adult, I will sit here until tomorrow morning watching that. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like that kind of public speaking or public announcement of that is my way of trying to get my audience and my viewers to hopefully be true to themselves as well and be like, you know what, yeah, I don't have to, just because I'm, you know, some next linebacker or some fullback from playing rugby or some big black guy playing, I say black guy, or just whatever. Like, if you're perceived as something, that doesn't mean that you're going to be this, you know, this archetype. You can diversify and be who you want to be. And so, yeah, that's hopefully who my audience are.
Nice, okay.
And use SoundCloud, right?
I have to know. Because I ain't never seen Ego shouting out on SoundCloud.
I'd never used SoundCloud.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I never used SoundCloud is because when I started making music, SoundCloud rappers got a lot of hate.
Yep, I know what he's talking about.
Exactly. So basically, there was a point in 2019, 2020, which is when I started like actually making music, where if you said you were a SoundCloud rapper, it was kind of like
a joke.
It was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah,
because the problem was with SoundCloud,
it's free. Like
the previous, like 2015 to about 2017, SoundCloud kind of blew up, and it's like because it gave us Uzi, gave us X, and then after that, one of the people who was said to be like one of the main pioneers of SoundCloud, Smoke Perp, he gave us. Would I say he gave us? But Lil Pump basically came up with Lil Pump.
Yeah.
Lil Pump was kind of what started to spoil the reputation of SoundCloud because he blew up. He blew up. He had three good songs. Like his best song was the one he did with Kanye West.
Oh, okay, I love it.
Yeah, so I'm
a rich fuck. I like
Gucci,
that.
Gucci Gang, and you had that one that was in Deadpool. That song that was in Deadpool, Deadpool 2.
Gucci Gang was really what
Gucci Gang. I'm gonna say,
and so it's like a lot of people.
That's the lyrics, word for word.
A lot of people now started to emulate what he was doing. Him and even Smoke Perp as well, because Smoke Perp came before Lil Pump.
Yeah.
And so they were emulating what those guys were doing, but it was kind of corny at this point. It's
exactly.
Like, so after that point, if you would say, I got SoundCloud,
I got some stuff on SoundCloud,
people would just be like,
they don't believe you to be a proper artist.
And just like that, Spotify just sneaked in
and just went, okay, cool.
I got somewhere where you can put your music easy.
Just come in Spotify,
SoundCloud. Don't worry about it.
Exactly in that voice, you know.
And so,
want a break from the ads?
Want a break from the ads?
Yeah. No, so yes, definitely. So when I was starting to like thinking about putting out music, I decided like, look, okay, cool. If this is gonna be me, if I'm gonna take this seriously, let me take it seriously. You know, you don't see many Kendrick songs on SoundCloud. You know, he when he posts, I mean, obviously it's his management and his label, but like, you know, if you want to say you're a rapper, okay, go on Spotify. Let me tag your art. Let me see your artist name. Oh, okay, now you've got 10K followers. So you got 10,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Okay, you're an established artist. You say, oh, I'm a rapper. I'm a SoundCloud rapper. It's kind of like
people just start laughing. They'll think, oh yeah, he's supposed to have multicolored dreads.
Dreads, exactly.
Like, all these ridiculous.
I'm telling you, back in high school, like I'm gonna shout out one of my boys. He's probably still like a family friend. The guy's in Canada right now, and he had been making music since I met him in secondary school.
Yeah,
like his name is Quado. But his stage name is Quake Cobain. Like Bro, he's chill music,
Yeah.
bro. I'll put you on him. Like, shout out Quado, bro. I had him on my previous podcast, Your Opinion, Our Conversation. That was my former podcast before Lion in the Room. And he was making music. I had another artist on as well, but he was also on SoundCloud. And at the time, bro, it was popping because that was, to us in Nige, that was one of your only ways to actually
get your music
on
out,
some streaming site, bro. And you would always see some random black and white or black, white, purple, some faded looking album cover.
I know what you're
You
talking.
can never
And then
really
the white,
tell what it
it's
is.
surrounded by like white, but like kind of patchy white.
Yeah, like some Vignet or whatever.
Yeah.
But the beat was always fire with some synths like. I'm just like, yeah, bro.
That's it.
Hit me away, man. Hit me away.
But yeah, so yeah, never did SoundCloud.
It was already too late by the time.
Yeah,
because if you were saying I'm a SoundCloud,
That's it.
We need SoundCloud to hop back on, bro.
They need to fix that, bro. They need a whole rebrand. Like just they need to pay for artists like me to come and be like, all right,
You
cool.
see, the problem is SoundCloud didn't even do anything wrong.
They didn't do anything
People
wrong.
posted
They didn't do
music.
anything wrong.
Damn, man. Let's look at promotions, bro. Okay, tell us a bit more about the promotion stuff, man.
Oh,
So, no, I mean, like, talk to us in terms of promotions and cross-platforming. Now, you stream a lot, bro.
yeah.
You stream a lot, and you've had the opportunity to actually collaborate with some influencers.
Yes.
So, what do you think about future collaborations? Are you thinking of hopping onto the streaming section, like what K's on once in a while?
I would love to
things
stream.
like. Do you think it would be more like recreational or something you do once in a while, or would it then be like an attachment to your career?
Or would it just be a way to even help you build up your community with
Exactly.
your fans?
So
Exactly.
I think where I would thrive is doing something similar to like AMP.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's streaming, streaming basically, but definitely as a means of promoting, whatever movie I'm doing or whatever EP I'm about to do.
Like streamathons.
Like proper streamathons. Like I will sleep on camera, kind of like I'll brush my teeth on like I will do 5 weeks worth of streaming.
Prank him, John.
Yeah, no, I
random
would do
shit, bro.
everything, bro. Like, because I love that. I love that kind of like just vibing with the boys.
Yeah, where it's more like it's incredibly relaxed. Like, say for example, now we're just kind of chilling.
You already
just
know.
a stream.
But like, yeah, no, but like that's where I'm at. So if Colin, do you want me to stream with you? I will hop on stream, bro. Let's do it.
When I start streaming again, I'll hit you up,
Say none.
put you in contact with my agent.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't have an agent.
Okay. So my people will talk to your people. We did
We will set this thing up, bro.
Yeah.
There we have it, man. Streaming's a nice thing though, because you actually seen how much it's changed over the years. You actually, I wouldn't say you had like a set type of people that streamed, but it's the same way some people look at anime. Like a lot of people saw it as a cringy waste of your time.
Yeah.
Now you
I
have
was
people,
one of those people.
I was never one of those.
I was one of those people.
once in a while. I feel like I always kind of appreciated it as long as it was something I could enjoy. Some kind of content I could enjoy watching.
I was one of those guys that like when you came to school and you were talking about Avatar Airbender, I was like, get out of my face. Do you get what I'm saying?
I bet you thought you was so
I thought
yeah.
And then
I don't like Avatar. I'm so mature.
Look at you now,
Yeah.
wearing glasses.
Got him.
2024 Christmas, I binge watched that.
Yeah,
I binged watched that and
Damn.
every anime,
damn,
everyone,
Damn.
love it.
like an addiction. No,
If for real, like I love it.
We'll be right back, man. Damn. So how did you recover from that, bro? Jesus Christ.
I don't even know.
Yes, my bros. Okay, we talked about Raptors, but you gotta tell me who is one of your favorites. Just one Raptor.
One Raptor that's my favorite. Childish Gambino. I mean Will Smith as well, but like
Obviously.
Childish Gambino, I feel like has more range. Have you seen Mr. and Mr. Smith?
I haven't watched that new one.
The new one.
But I heard it was quite good.
It's quite good.
You think
And, like,
about
Yeah, like he I don't know how like Childish Gambino is actually one of the most talented people.
and he's very
earth.
comfortable doing it.
So comfortable doing it, and it almost comes easy. Like I remember I remember after This Is America. So after This Is America, he then dropped an album called Algorithm, right? And I remember when Algorithm came out, I was one of the first people. I was like, yeah. Let's watch this thing. Let's watch it. Watch it. Let's listen to it. I listened to it and I was like, what's going on here? I don't really understand.
You weren't getting the message.
I wasn't getting it. I wasn't getting it at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get it. The titles were weird as well. I was like, what's going on? I put it on my playlist, one of the songs on my playlist. I didn't listen to that song for, I think, 6 months straight. I then listened to it again. I said, yo, this thing is hard.
You found the meme,
Bro, he's so ahead of his time, bro. I don't understand how you can think that far ahead. Like, it's crazy. He's so talented. So talented. So if there's one that I definitely look up to is Childish Gambino. Because besides acting, besides rapping, he's also a comedian, bro. Have you listened to some of his or watched some of his specials? Hilarious. Creasing every time. No joke. No joke. Have you guys seen Community?
I have not actually seen Mr. Gambino in the context of comedy.
Nah.
But I saw him.
Let me put you on, bro.
When he did, do you know the show? Do you know the show that came out, Atlanta Robbing?
Isn't it just called Atlanta?
No, it's called Atlanta Robbing. Pretty sure. He was one of the main characters.
Oh, you mean a character, not the show? Not the show Atlanta.
The show was called Atlanta Robbing.
With Childish Gambino.
He was one of the main characters.
I promise you it was Atlanta.
Let me check it.
I promise you that the show was called Atlanta.
Just a little fact check. One second,
fact check it.
guys.
I promise you that show was called Atlanta.
I wouldn't know.
Because I have seen that show and that show is amazing.
While he's checking, bro, talk to us.
Yeah.
You know how
Yeah,
now?
it's called Atlanta. Sorry.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, cool. Now, being able to act as an actor and then appearing in a music video, you tend to see that there are particular techniques, similar techniques that are used in making both pieces of media.
Yeah.
Now, which is more difficult?
I think when doing a music video and when doing a film, a TV show, whatever, the actual procedure of doing it, like the filming and getting everyone there, you know, getting extras, getting props, getting setting, whatever, all of that, indistinguishable. They're both the same. However, there is one thing that is easier with music videos, and that's sound. Because you know they've already spent 60+ hours working on the actual song, so you don't have to worry about that when you come to the actual music video. You just need to make sure that the main character, whoever's rapping, whoever's singing, you know, they're moving their mouths at the same time. That's about it. But yeah, I would say definitely music videos is easier to film.
So you can just say whatever sometimes. Because you know, like sometimes they be making like little stories. You know them little romance music videos.
Yeah.
Where you're waiting for the girl and for some reason, bro, she's chatting to another guy, you know.
Yeah.
And then like you could just be saying something, waiting while trying to text her. You know, you're meant to be saying, where are you? You can't wait to see you. You might be saying like, you're wasting my time. Like,
okay,
Actually,
yes.
yeah, that kind of reminds me of Rap Man when he used to do like you know,
oh,
Blue
shout
Story.
out Rockman, yeah.
Exactly. He kind of did something like that.
I know. Shara Story, Blue Story.
Bum 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 bum. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Shara Story.
You forgot Shara's story. You forgot Shara's story was goated,
That
bro.
was sick.
It's goated.
Y'all already know how it goes on the road. Oh man.
It was mid. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to be different.
The camera's gonna catch both of us to drop our smiles, bro.
Wow. Like, I just wanted to see you guys' reaction. You guys were like, it's like they shot in your
I mean, we're talking about Rap Man, and we haven't spoken about.
Shara was a money man.
We haven't spoken about Supercell, wasn't he? Rap Man. That's Super.
I haven't watched Super Soul.
You should.
I haven't watched Super
You should.
Soul. It's
that.
actually crazy.
Now you see my smile is gone.
Yeah,
Watch
You
it
should have watched it.
tonight.
You need to watch
It
Supercell.
tonight.
I said I can't.
That show.
That show made me. I remember watching that show, and then I think the next monologue I did or something like that, I posted it. I tagged Rapman, being like, "Bro, let me have one audition, bro. Let me have one audition."
I'm sure Shiloh wants. Not Shiloh. That's our boy. I'm sure
Shiro.
No, Ogie,
Oh, me. Yeah.
you want to be in season 2. You know this.
Of course I want to be in season 2.
You know how it ended is this.
Yes, I want to be in season 2. Please, please, I'm begging. Please.
Put Oge in with the
Please.
yellow eyes and what.
I don't like, you don't even like, I'm not, bro, please.
Y'all are killing me.
You get me? So, yeah, what was your question again?
You know, the similarities and like the similarities and techniques between music videos and acting.
Yeah.
While making filmmaking. But you know, I can understand that it would be a bit difficult being the rapper or actor in the music video and possibly, let's say, at some point you being the one producing them music videos and films. So because that's what I normally see a lot of rappers / actors, raptors doing.
Yeah.
They start to produce their own music videos after having sometimes some well-acclaimed directors, or yeah, I'd say well-acclaimed directors shooting music videos for them.
I'll give you a bit of insight, yeah, because producing is kind of just a word. Like, for example, the music video that I'm gonna post tomorrow. Yeah. Technically, yeah.
So coming out on what's that now? The 15th of April?
15th of April. Go check it out.
Okay.
So the music video that I'm going to post tomorrow, I produced it. I produced it, wrote it, directed it, starred in it. Do you get what I'm saying? Nice. So like it obviously the thing is it's not long. It's a TikTok music video. Granted, you know, it's not huge,
but it's a music
video. You get what I'm saying? It takes a lot of it takes a lot of time. But producing just means, okay, you funded for all of everything that went into it. You funded that. So when you say, okay, yeah, a rapper produced XYZ, a rapper produced this music video and it's his music video, all it means is that, okay, he had 200K. I'm gonna pay for the cameras. I'm gonna pay for the artists to come in. I'm gonna pay for the actors to show up on time. I'm gonna pay for the costume, pay for the makeup. That just means that's what they mean by they're producing it. Okay. And yeah, so when you're coming down into like producing music videos and stuff like that, when you're the artist, there's one thing that you touched upon it when you're saying producing. You kind of have to free up your agency. As in, like, you're not allowed to have a different idea because the artist already knows what the music video is supposed to look like.
Okay.
You know, more often than not, at least, they know what the music video is supposed to look like. They've had this plan. They've had the talk. They know with the director, okay, this is what I want. Get this to this. You get what I'm saying? And so that's the difference between music videos and then like TV shows and movies, because actors on those sets are allowed to have a little bit of agency depending on the director. You're allowed a little bit of agency, you know, if it says on the script, oh, Oge storms off angrily, you know, I have all the right to interpret that how I want to. You know, it's my kind of anger. Oge storms off angrily. But then in a music video, a lot of the time, if an artist is there and he sees, oh, Oge, you know, then you leave at this point. If you leave this way, and then you come back and the artist says something like, oh no, could you do it more angry or more determined, more this. And they basically turn into directors at a point. Okay. So for you call videos, the shots more. For a music video. If you're the artist, yeah, of course you're allowed to call the shots. But then that's why you have to free up your agency a lot more in a music video rather than in a movie or a TV show. To give you a bit more independence. Exactly. Nice, man, nice. Question. Do you feel as though when it comes to acting, like being a rapper, then becoming an actor or rapper turned actor, do you feel as though there needs to be a certain amount of versatility to be able to go through these things? Because it's a different world. Like you said, you know, sometimes one role, normally as a rapper, it requires you to bring out this alter ego, while as an actor, you're taking on the role of many alter egos, you know what I mean? So would it be easier after you've experienced both? Because let's say Will Smith, for example, that's a guy that is... Started with rapping, started with having people telling him, yo, this is whack. Like, this is something you're making yourself, like, oh, probably this is whack. And then people loving it, from people chanting, na, 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 na. And then he meets Quincy Jones, and then he's now Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, then he's making movies, and then he's doing Bad Boys. But, like, I'd want to believe, aside from, you know, Will Smith being Will Smith, like, he
built up some level of confidence, some level of swagger that he carried from being a rapper into acting,
yeah.
which now feeds into the character that is Will Smith. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's that versatility.
So
Agree or disagree?
I agree that you need to have versatility, especially as an artist in general. You need to have versatility because what you draw upon is the environment you're in. So if you're able to make a love song because you're in love, great. What happens when you're out of love? Can you still make songs?
You start making sad boy music.
Okay.
My chest is hurting.
Yeah, do you go? But like,
demons in the night.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
My fault.
No, but like the point I was trying I was trying to make was if you can only make love songs when you're in love and then you're out of love, does that mean that you can't make songs anymore? Like if you can't do that, are you really, a great artist, or were you just able to?
Wait, when you mentioned that, is really funny because this used to go on for years with Taylor Swift. Like they'll say
that she can only. Even Family Guy made a joke about it. Family Guy made a whole episode about it.
That
Really?
they always
Wow.
used to make jokes that she has to first get into relationships,
then
break up,
yeah.
then she starts dropping good
Yeah.
music.
So who did she date in Family Guy?
So she dated Chris
Okay, fair enough.
for the whole episode. Then they broke up, and she dropped a banger. After
Drop
that.
a banger. Yeah, no. So, but then that's my point. So, as an artist, you should be able to draw upon. And I'm not saying that Taylor Swift doesn't. Before Swifties get me, no,
Before they
they finally does it.
locate this
No,
person.
but,
Oh my
Mars,
God.
if you-
Mars, just locate this person's address.
No, but like as an artist, you're supposed to be able to draw upon it. Like even as an actor as well, if you they teach it. I mean, I'm taught at drama school. If the way that I act is if in a character he's going through a particular loss of someone that's close to him, I relate that back to when I have lost someone that's particularly close to me. You get me? Or at least somewhat close to me, and then intensify that. That's if you're able to draw up, like there's a saying during in the artist community, like you steal to be a great artist. Like you have to be able to take from left, right, and center and make it your own. So I've now forgotten your question. What was your question again?
Well, basically the versatility.
The versatility,
You believe
yeah.
as though you need to be versatile.
Exactly.
I use Will Smith as an example as being someone who started from the music industry, then going into the film industry.
Yeah,
he
so-
can take that confidence, knowing he's got bars, knowing he's able to flirt with ladies, knowing that he's able to get the brothers in the room to start vibing. Like, what's that? You hearing the
It was
trumpets?
the ghost guys.
Yeah, I heard, you heard that, right?
I heard it too, bro.
No. You got a little
So-
weird little pause, but just
No, but
versatility.
yeah. So to build on what you were saying, so with Will, I feel like he had a very niche way into movie and film.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that is bad anyway. I wish I had that. Where he made music and he was doing well with making music because he was himself. Like I was saying earlier, like that's why he got so.
Yeah, he knows the image.
Even Eminem was saying one of his songs like, Will Smith doesn't swear. Okay, cool, but I do. Like that kind of thing. And then he got lucky, got Fresh Prince, and Fresh Prince again. The character Will in Fresh Prince was very, very alike Will Smith.
Yes.
So he was lucky enough to just be himself while playing this character that we all loved.
But I'd say like pushing, but that's the thing though, he pushed that narrative.
So-
and being able to push the character that push the vibes that he emits.
Yeah, but
Was able to bring him into that.
yeah, was able to bring him into that room, and then through people like Avery, what's his name?
Quincy Jones and stuff.
No, there's the actor that played Uncle Phil.
Oh,
Thingy Avery.
Rest in peace, Uncle.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. But like, yeah, no, Avery. I can't remember his name. He helped Will develop his actual acting prowess, and that's where he could get like Bad Boys and that kind of stuff. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
where he started
that's
getting-
where he can
so
start
the-
those roles and stuff. Exactly. And then obviously with the help of drama teachers and stuff. But yeah, when you're talking about versatility, that's how you get versatility. You have to be able to take from where you are.
Yes, people. If you are still with us, you've reached the last segment, the conclusion of episode 24. I'm your host, Leo, got my boy K, and our special guest, episode 1324, Oge. It's been lovely to have you on, man, because with every time that we get to see ourselves, there is improvement in each of our lives. It's something that is a good thing to see. And I want to say really quickly to all of you, you got friends, friend groups, your boys, your girlies, whatever it is, always be happy to see your friends improve. And if you have a hand to play in their improvement or they have a hand in yours, be happy about that as well, because we are in a world where there's a lot of deceit, there's a lot of jealousy, blah, blah, blah. Be grateful for what you have. And if there's anything you don't have, work towards it.
Yeah.
That's probably the only thing. Now, one of my final questions to you, Oge, in terms of inspiration, what would you say to other aspiring artists who are trying to get into the industry? What could you say to them that could help them to improve in their career?
I would say that if there are any actors that watch and want to be inspired, I think acting wise, the best thing to do is just keep going, because 99% of the time you're not going to get the audition. 99% of the time, even when you get the audition, you're not going to get picked. So when you go for auditions, just give it your all, because your hand in the decision is very, like, you're not really involved in whether or not you're going to get it. You just have to show that you have the best amount of acting ability possible, right? And then for artists, rappers, musicians, I would say that you just keep posting. Someone's gonna love it. There was one post that I saw a few months back now, but it made me open my eyes. If you post something on Tuesday, the 15th of April, yeah, you post that and 800 people see it. Okay, cool. You could sit and wallow or celebrate. 800 people have just seen your video. Okay, you want to get it to 1,000? Post it again. Post it again. Post it again. Because I promise you, there are 8 billion people on this earth. Someone has not seen that song. Someone has not heard that song. You just post it relentlessly. You should be proud of what you've done and post it. And that's the only thing that I can give as a way to motivate, as a way to inspire people that are coming after me. If you are going to go down this artistic route, it is hard. It is hard work. But if you keep believing in yourself, you keep trying, one step is all it takes. One step forward, left foot forward, right foot forward, left foot forward, right foot forward. Keep going and posting and posting and posting. At some point, someone is going to love it. Someone will. That's it.
And you'll get your big break.
And you'll get your big break. That's it.
That's what they call it.
All it takes.
That's true. That's true. Really.
For a lot of people in this world, all it takes is that 15 seconds of fame, bro. That's all it takes.
Look at Hawk Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's fallen off now. She's fallen off.
Yeah, but
she's made her money.
She's made her money.
And lost it. Or lost a bit of it.
Has she?
Yeah, because I heard, with that Hawk Tour coin. They scammed their fans.
Yeah, her fans.
Her
fans lost money. She gained money.
It was the rug pull. They call it a rug pull. Yeah. That's what it's alleged. Allegedly,
they can't even get like a lawsuit or nothing.
Allegedly, they say it's a rug pull. Just like they put a coin out, and so as it hit its peak, they've already put in like orders to sell at a specific point in time where they believe is going to be the peak.
Okay.
And you know what else is funny? She quote unquote did not know. She had no collection. She had no understanding of any of this. She was just trying to, shout out her podcast and, make some money and have a good time, yeehaw and all that. Like, basically,
you know what? She might have known, she might have not known.
I think she knew, bro.
Yeah,
they're telling me like, well, they're in America though. A lot of people are very, a lot of people don't like to seek common sense.
Just
but
to research.
no, yeah, bro. I see a lot of people are not open-minded. Oh, that's nicer. I'm very sorry. A lot of people are not open-minded. Why are you laughing like that? It's not that. Common sense. Some people are not open-minded. Correction. Sorry, it's the Nigerian in me. I'm just very blunt. But it's just like some people are. If you're gonna tell me that you have a production team, unless you are very ignorant to what's going on in your career, like you can't tell me
That
you're making like
of an idea.
Yeah.
you're making a cryptocurrency. You're making a cryptocurrency, and then you decide to rip off your fans. And like, you know, it's peak. It is what it is.
It is peak, to be fair.
I pray, you know, because you guys know CoffeeZilla.
CoffeeZilla.
You've never heard of CoffeeZilla? Wow. So CoffeeZilla is basically like a YouTube investigator. Like he did this thing for Logan Paul, like when they had that little animal thing,
I remember
where it was they were investing into it, but the fans were getting no money from it. Like things were crashing or whatever, and they were trying to contact, you know, Logan about it and stuff like that. But they basically didn't get their money back.
Damn.
And CoffeeZilla investigated into it and found out it was a scam. And he investigated into Hoktor coin and found out it was a scam too. I pray you will never hear about some Lion coin or Litter coin
or Ego coin.
I would not.
In fact, if you find an Ego coin,
let us know so that we can get some money from that too.
Invest. I'll copyright it quickly and then take everything. It's your own business.
Oh man. But geez, bro. Okay, anything you have to say about being authentic in your search for greatness?
All I would say is, guys, just do it again and again and again and again. And eventually it will stick. It's like you're throwing stuff at the wall. Something's going to stick eventually.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're being to yourself and you don't put yourself in uncomfortable situations or you feel like you have to change. Like, look at me. I wore overalls today. You know, I decided I'm going to change something. I want to wear overalls
with a nice leather strap as well.
Exactly. You got the straps on as well. I'm gonna wear overalls, wear this out in public. It's like, you know, that's what I felt like doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just do it and be yourself.
Just do it. Shia LaBeouf.
Just be authentic, be unique, be able to embrace and understand that more times than not, you just need to come up with a unique idea, run with it, and you find yourself influencing people. You find people calling you a celebrity. And at the end of the day, you should try to chase your own form of individual greatness. Do not try to chase what other people have set out for themselves. Use that as a stepping stone. Use it as an example. But always be ready to make what is individual to yourself. Who knows? You might need a bit more ego in your life, but sometimes you just need to make your own persona, people. But be confident in everything you do, people. Do not forget to follow Oge on all his social media handles. Oge the actor and Oge Ujam. Oge _the_actor. Any more underscores, my friend?
No, there's none. There's just the two.
Yes, people. So there we have it. Lion in the Room, episode 24. This has been a long conversation, but also a good one. Insightful, I hope. But people, do not forget to live your life in a bold way. Stay safe, God bless you, and peace. Well, I'm getting better at these conclusions.
Yeah, you are, man. Are you
so
stupid?
Damn. Hey, peace, people. This is lovely.